Hi there, I'm Eve from Mystic Rainbow Tarot, and thank you for joining me today. This is a requested reading about Rose Cook. So that's Rosie from Blackpink and Jungkook from BTS. So I'm just going to dive right in and see what messages we can get on these. Oh yes, and just before I do, please remember to share, like and subscribe to support this channel, and I would really appreciate it. Thank you. So let's take the crystal off and start shuffling. I'll give these a good shuffle because I haven't used them for a little while. So messages about Rosie and Jungkook. Are they talking? Do they think about each other? Messages we're allowed, oops, there's a card falling out. Messages we're allowed to know about Rosie and Jungkook. Rosie and Jungkook. Rosie and Jungkook. I think her full name is Roseanne Park. So Rosie, Jungkook. Let's see what we get about these two. Oh good, I think I've got room for these cards. One more down because that one fell out. So I tend to include the ones that fall out as well because I always feel like they're meant to come out in the reading. So anything that helps us, let's push those forward a bit so they're a bit more in view. So firstly we have the Fool and the Two of Cups. So that one's the Fool and that one is the Two of Cups. So I'll hold those forward for you. So what I'm getting with these cards is that Rosie is beginning a kind of a spiritual path, and she has absolute faith that everything will turn out well. And she is quite a positive person because she's a highly intuitive person as well, and she has great flashes of insight, and she shares these good ideas with the other band members, and this all helps you know, with the ideas of what they're going to do next in the band. And also these two cards relate to Rosie and Jungkook in the way that they have this kind of like innocent and free-spirited connection. So this is about their attraction to each other, and I sense that they still have a crush on each other. So what I'm getting is they have a bit of a fantasy about this, and that's often what a crush is. They kind of daydream about each other, you know, and it's when they're not together. And I feel like when they're at these different ceremonies they go to where they sing and watch other people's music as well, you know, they're looking at each other, you know, or even zone out and stare a bit, you know, without realizing it, because that's what a crush is. And so there's this sort of thing going on between them. There's also this kind of feeling of understanding between them as they are on the same journey as K-pop idols. So they really get each other. They're both under pressure of performance and stress, and they both work really hard, and you know, they're often going through the same type of thing. So anyway, I do feel they do get a chance to talk at award ceremonies, and I think they sort of chat excitedly about all the new ideas they have for their bands, and they care if everything is all right with each other in their personal lives, and they would be happy to help each other with any personal or family problems. So that's a good connection they have there still. So they're there for each other. So next we have the 10 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. So that's that card, and that's the 3 of Pentacles. So I'll hold those up for you. So this relates to Rose and Jungkook are extremely ambitious young people, and they both have a lot of responsibilities and sometimes feel burdened and overloaded with the work they're given from their management agencies. And as you can see in this card with the ox, and it's all the baggage, you know, it's weighing them down. It's a lot of hard work, but this is about their projects rather than baggage. So that's how it relates. But yeah, so it's all there. They've got a lot on, and they've been so busy with their work projects that, you know, they haven't had the time to progress things in the way that they wanted to. So this is about they need time to enjoy themselves away from the pressures of work and have some quality time. But they really knew they were being watched, which makes it even harder for these two, you know, to form any close bonds or relationships with each other, because they know the odds are against them. They were very close at one stage and they did have something, but work just got in the way. So so those in charge, they feel worried that they'd probably sack them if you know, if they found out that they were really sort of serious about each other. So also I think BTS has also been very busy lately, completing the first stage of a project, and there's other things going on as well. I feel like they've been finishing up maybe with an album or something, getting that all tied up, ready to come out. So Jungkook has been needed for his part in teamwork with the band, and you can see that in this card, that they're all working together to get things completed. So yeah, and he's been feeling, you know, a sense of achievement with getting these things done, and he does like a challenge, you know. So, and this all relates to his singing and dancing career. So I also see Rosie has been busy working on plans with Blackpink members, you know, and that's to do with who they'd want to collab with next, because, you know, I'm thinking that's all in the pipeline. They're always doing things, these K-pop idols, just because you don't see them. It's all happening behind the scenes. So yeah, so also I do feel with this next card, the Two of Swords, to show that for you, that Rosie and Jungkook came to what I can only explain as a truce or a stalemate. That's why they went on a break from each other, because they couldn't come up with a sort of mutually satisfying solution to what they wanted together. They didn't know whether to follow their head or their heart, as they both have huge careers, and they went with the option of following their head because of the pressures of the K-pop industry, not liking romances. Jungkook is very emotional, and it was hard for him, but he wants to protect Rosie and he doesn't want her getting into trouble. You know, if the bosses think she has a real interest in him type of thing, they wouldn't be too pleased. But initially it was Rosie, I think, who came to the decision to have some time apart, you know, because you can see it in this card. She wasn't sure what to do. As you can see, like, the girl's got a blindfold on and there's all the birds flying around. You know, this symbolises her career and all the things she had to do. She didn't know which direction to take. So she just decided a break would be great for them, although they are still good friends, you know. And Jungkook did understand that. And also with this Ten of Wands here in the reading, what's happening here is they became so consumed with other commitments and work projects, they just don't have the time or space for this at the moment in their busy lives, because with the K-pop industry, they're encouraged to excessively focus on their careers. And this does interfere with other aspects of their life, I feel. You know, it interferes with, they don't see their families enough, they don't see their friends enough. Romances can't flourish in the way they'd want them to. I don't feel this is good for them, but this is how it's always worked in the K-pop industry, so they have to go with it. But I do feel overwork can lead to health problems, so sometimes you know, it's a burden for them, and they want more free time, they really do. So so the next card is the Page of Wands. So I'll just hold that up for you to see. So this is a good sign. This is a very good omen, this card in the reading. So I think there's going to be a message or a phone call or an email, some communication between them, and I think it's going to be Jungkook contacting Rosie, and you know, they've been hoping to talk and wanting to talk, and it's going to be fun and exciting when they do, and it will be good for them. They need to talk about this and what they want. There is a chance for these two to get back together with each other in the next 6 months. There's a lot of attraction between these two and a lot of chemistry. They still have their friendship, but they want more. They are hoping to develop and grow this. Rosie and Jungkook can both see the potential for the future together, but they are really aware that they are only at the start of this journey. And there is a lot that needs to happen, you know, really, for this to work out. And it could go either way. It really could. They may or may not, but there's a chance for them in the next 6 months to get back. So, so it's good news, but they have got a good friendship anyway. They're both the type of people who, they don't have any baggage in their lives from, you know, past relationships, because they've been solely just focusing on their careers. So, and if you look at this card, this just looks like Rosie, so free-spirited there, you know. I think that's why they choose them so young for the K-pop industry, because they don't have all this past baggage. So yeah, so, you know, so without other failed sort of relationships that other people have, you know, they're just learning as they go, and that just does help them, because they're not looking back comparing it negative things. So that's good. So the next card is the 8 of Pentacles. So just hold that up for you to see. So I feel with this card, they have a lot of respect for each other and themselves. And I think they are both intelligent and popular people who know they deserve the best in relationships. So I think what has happened here is circumstances of their careers forced them to be away from each other. And I do feel Rosie thought it was best because there was all that drama about the tattoo business and Jungkook, and he got so much bad publicity that wasn't even true. So I think she said, let's have a cooling off time until everything dies down. And also I think her management team persuaded her because she didn't want any bad publicity, and nor did they for Blackpink, you know, if she was involved with Jungkook at the time. So they had this cooling off time, and he does understand that it wasn't his fault. It was all blown up by the press about him being involved with a tattoo artist, and I expect you know all that drama. But anyway, so they've had this time apart, and it's all died down and everything's fine, and everybody's getting good publicity again. BTS, you know, are, and Blackpink are. So I think this is why they want to talk again. They want to see if they're just going to stay friends, or whether they're going to try and take this to the next level. So there's still a chance for these two, and I think they do get on very well together. So and there is a feeling here in their energy that they would like to deepen this bond if they could find the time. So but I do feel this time apart has done them some good to reflect, let the publicity die down, and let them calm down about it and see what they want. So, and as we've had this Page of Wands turn up in the reading, I mean, that's a good sign. That's all about messages, and they will be talking. And it's always good to talk if something major has happened like that. They're going to talk. What I'm getting is they're going to talk about the future, whether they just want friendship or they want more. But they both want each other to be happy, and that's good. You know, they care about each other. So let's see what the next card is. The Nine of Pentacles. So this is all about their wealth and everything. So, you know, they've got all the things that they deserve to get from their hard work. This is all the wealth they're enjoying, and they're on the same level with that. You know, nobody's after each other's money or anything. They're both famous pop idols. They have the same sort of wealth. And that matters in their culture, you know, not so much in ours, but you know, that's something with them. But they do generally care about each other. It's not about the wealth for them. So, you know, we'll just have to see what happens in the future between these two. So it's hanging in the balance, but there's a chance for them. So we'll have to see what happens in the next 6 months. Well, that's the end of the reading, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.